Races certainly has flourished. The first school was Comer Valley. Anybody here from Comer Valley? Woo! Comer Valley was the very first Future Aces school more than 33 years ago. Right here in this community. Isn't that incredible? And so we now have over 100,000 students every year that are influenced by Future Aces. We have a scholarship program. We've had many winners from this school. Check our website out. It could be you next year. We've given away $500,000 in scholarships. $500,000. It could be you. So watch for that. And books. You can't get through school without the reading. And the reading, my father's in many, many books. But he has more than 1,000 articles written about him. I stopped counting after 1,000. And he has a book of his own, A Fly in a Pail of Milk. Our grandparents came here in 1912 by boat. From Jamaica. Not many people look like them. My father was born here in 1919. Still not many people look like them. And when we were raised down the road, when my father bought property from his father, there weren't many people that looked like us. I was the only black student in my classes from kindergarten to grade 13, right here at Earl Haig. So A Fly in a Pail of Milk. It's in your library. Has some great stories. So the community said, Herb Carnegie is living his creed. So we want to recognize him. And what did they do? They put him on posters all across Canada. They put him in GQ magazine. Not bad. He's a real-life comic book character in 2 issues of Spider-Man. These are now collector's items, worth $150 each. He finally got his Maple Leafs jersey, and that happened when the city of Toronto named a building after him, the Herbert H. Carnegie Centennial Center at 580 Finch Avenue West. He has an honorary Doctor of Laws degree. Here he is with my daughter. And we cried as he walked across the stage to give a convocation address to more than 2,000 graduates.
Mr. Carnegie is not just a man of words, he's a man of action. And when we were looking for an individual to name as an honorary chief of police, he was the first one that came to my mind.
Honorary chief of police. He lived his creed. They said, we want a role model that our officers can emulate. And here he is, a senior. And doesn't he look great? Well, he now has a school named after him. After 50 years of working with young people and trying to make a difference in our communities, there is now the Herbert H. Carnegie Public School. And guess what your board is doing? Your board just passed a motion last month to have a Herbert Carnegie Future Aces Week. Every year, the 3rd week in September, you will get to celebrate our father. It's so incredible. So I'm going to ask you to live up to his creed. Live up to his creed. This could be you. 10 Halls of Fame. Herb Carnegie had 10 Halls of Fame. Herb Carnegie has 7 medals for community service, and he now has 8. The Lieutenant Governor of Ontario came to our funeral in March and presented our family with the Queen's Diamond Jubilee Medal in honor of all the work my father had done in the community. I'm going to tell a little secret. Carnegie got the Order of Ontario, my mother started calling him Sir Herbert. She said, Sir Herbert, take the garbage out. Don't ever think that you're bigger than life itself, because we all need to stay just a little humble. How could one man accomplish all this?
It's not me. It's us. We're doing it. That's the joy of it all.
We are doing it. And when my father would wear those medals on his lapel, he said, it's not me. It's because you all helped me. We are doing this together. This is the Earl Haig family working together. And the person that helped him the most was my mom, married 63 years. 63 years they worked together to make that difference. And what I learned from my dad is that life is always changing. It's always moving in one direction or another. And it may not always be changing the way you want it. My father lost his eyesight 25 years ago. 25 years in the dark. And his life changed, and he had to be a future ace all over again. He had to try to find new ways to deal with things. So I want you to say, I can do it.
I can do it.
I'm going to stick to it.
I'm going to stick to it.
I can do it.
I can do it.
I'm going to stick to it.
I'm going to stick to it.
When you are doing your homework these next 3 weeks, when you are writing your assignments these next 3 weeks, when you are feeling that you're pressured and you think you can't, I want you to say, I can do it.
I can do it.
I'm going to stick to it.
I'm going to stick to it.
You know, my father had to have been my mentor. This has been a very difficult week for me. I've been crying all week. I cried in the first assembly. The memory, the knowing of having worked with him the way I did. He said, do the right thing for the right reason. Now listen, you are not going to have somebody running behind you and patting you on the back every time you do something right. It's not going to happen. Most of the things that you do, you're going to do quietly. Nobody sees it. Do the right thing for the right reason is something my father left with me. Don't give up. Stay courageous. Don't give up in your life. Beat down the door. Jump over the hurdles. That's exactly what my father had to do. And it started here in Earl Haig. And shame on you if you give up on yourself and you let it all go. Shame on you. Make it happen. Do it. Just do it. Let your difference be an asset. He told me that when I was 14. I was at this school. 14. Let your difference be an asset. I was different. I was the only black student in my classes from kindergarten to grade 13. Let people remember you for the best in you. Take your uniqueness and use it. And I certainly was not an A student. Be compassionate. Help your friend. Help them get through. It's a chain. We're a family. Make it all happen. Don't let a friend give up on themselves. You be the one to help them. when they really need it. And that's what happened with us when our father died. Hundreds and hundreds of emails and cards and phone calls. People were there for us, helping us to get through it. The ball is in your court. The ball is in your court. The ball is in your court. My father took the ball. He ran with the ball. He didn't just dribble it. He ran with it, man. He ran with it. And look at all the wonderful things that have happened in his life. The ball's in your court. Learn to accept yourself. And when this password came up, my kids were little. They had rotary phones back then. That's how old I am. And he'd call up and he'd say, "What's the password?" They could hardly talk. "I like myself, Grandpa. I like myself. I like myself, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself. I feel good. I'm looking good. I can't wait to get to Earl Haig. I like myself." Ladies and gentlemen, what's the password? Oh. My father couldn't hear that. Ladies and gentlemen, what's the password? I like myself. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of where I come from. I'm proud of the talents that I have. I'm going to cultivate them. I'm going to make a difference in life. My father made a difference in life because he liked who he was. He didn't have to have somebody else tell him who he was. It's in you. It's in each of you. I like myself. I feel good. I want you to remember that too. I feel good. I like myself. And ask my siblings to come up. My brother, Dr. Dale Carnegie. My sister, Roland Chanchal. My younger sister, Rochelle Carnegie. All part of the future ACES clan, but a family of Earl Haig. We all were students here. We all were students here. I was the first female saxophonist, by the way. That was kind of fun. So they're going to briefly say hi.
Hello.
Great voice, eh? Hi. Bonjour. Hi. 3 generations of Earl Haig family have been here. So, this is the amazing man. And now, he's physically not here. He's not here. But you're here. I'm counting on you. We are counting on you to carry my father's message. And your Faces group has been so incredible. They have made such a difference. Listen, be part of it. Be the solution in life. And I know some of your members are going to come up right now. and share a little something that's happening here in your school.
Thank you so much, Denise. We all know that Herb has given us a lot of things to be proud of, and I think it's about time that we as his fellow Haigers took the time to appreciate what he's given us. So it is my honor to present Bernice and her family on behalf of Faces and you, Earl Haig, with a plaque renaming the large gym the Herbert H. Carnegie Gymnasium. Thank you.
Dr. Herbert H. Carnegie, former Earl Haig student, excelled as an athlete. He made hockey history by being a part of the first black line of semi-professional hockey, and as a golfer, won 6 team championships, including 2 national titles. Recipient of 8 medals for community service, including the Order of Canada, Dr. Carnegie is best known for the creation of the Future Aces philosophy, which will continue to foster character, self-esteem, and leadership skills for generations to come.
It's a wonderful day, a beautiful day, and it couldn't have gone through without the help of our wonderful people. So at this point, I'd like to thank the wonderful faces, the execs and GMs. I'd like to thank Ms. Fingerhut. I'd like to thank our MCs, Nekme and Clemmy. They've done a very great job. But most importantly, I'd like to thank the Carnegie family. What they have done and what Future Aces has done for me and so many millions of people is no longer a message. It's more so a mantra of how I live my life, and we all, the inspired, live their lives. So again, thank you so much, and thank you all for being here. Now we're going to stand up and sing the school song.